17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
Playing on foot, going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about Conan Richter getting released from prison this week. We've got a lot to talk about. There was a high-speed chase with a pagan out in, I think it was Delaware. We're going to talk about the Sin City Disciples. A member was convicted of murder. A man was convicted of murdering a member of the Sin City Disciples. And we're going to talk about the RCMP up there in Canada doing a big investigation and all this crap. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx and all the great content we have. I appreciate every single person that watches this show. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I got so much support. I am very grateful for all of you, every single one of you. It means a lot. Thank you. So, and shout out to Ann Bick. He posted a little clip of our interview on Facebook, and it got over 140,000 views. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. Go check out the interview I did with him, where I talk about MYI, Little Cheshire. It was a crazy time in my life. Hey, Tommy, what's going on? Lindsay, thank you for joining me. Kitty, how are you? We got a lot of people pouring in. Thank you. Let's get to the content. So today we're talking about the leader of the Pagans, Conan Richter. He is set to be released from prison this week. He's been in prison for 4 years. If you guys don't know, he went to prison for illegally possessing a firearm. Now, this is from the DEA, United States Drug Enforcement Administration. Newark, New Jersey, special agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration, New Jersey Division, Susan Gibson, and acting U.S. Attorney in District of New Jersey, Rachel Hung, announced Suffolk County, New York man admitted today to illegally possessing a firearm. Keith Richter, a.k.a. Conan 62 of Bay Shore, New York, pleaded guilty via video conference before U.S. District Judge on information charging him with 1 count possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Richter is or was the national president of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. It's an outlaw motorcycle gang, they say, but it's a club. It's a motorcycle club. I don't know why they do that. I think they're trying to put fear in people. It's a motorcycle club. They ride motorcycles. It's the only reason why they're in the club. It says it's known by law enforcement to engage in illegal activities, including narcotics trafficking, weapons trafficking, and violent crimes. On or about February 20th, 2021, the Pagans hosted a party in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. While Richter was traveling from the party to his home in Suffolk County, New York, law enforcement pulled a vehicle over in Mercer County, New Jersey. Law enforcement recovered a loaded Ruger P345 45 caliber handgun from the front seat compartment in the vehicle. As a result, law enforcement obtained a warrant for Richter's arrest. It was executed February 26th, so 6 days later he got arrested. He didn't get arrested right then. Richter was previous convicted felon. Felony offenses including conspiracy to commit murder, aggravated assault, and aid of racketeering, in which he served 16 years in prison. The offense, Richter pleaded guilty, carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. He served 4, and he's scheduled to be released this week. So shout out to him. And the Pagans Motorcycle Club is having a huge party for him for his release. If you guys don't know, supposedly it's in Long Island. A huge party, a welcome home party for him. So I send my regards. I hope he is doing well. So here's another article. Federal Bureau of Prisons record. Former Pagans president Keith Richter, now in Fort Dix, locked up for 33 months, sentenced for federal firearms charge. Former President Keith Richter is now back at federal prison, South Jersey, according to Federal Bureau of Prisons inmate locator. This is a while ago. This is 2022. Richter has been serving 33 months sentence. So if you guys don't remember, he was set to be released, and I think it was the day after or the day before they came and charged him with possession of a firearm. It was crazy. He was set to be released, and boom, they picked him up. It was pretty messed up what they did. I mean, you don't do that. So he was serving a sentence, and they grabbed him. Been no word on why Richter was removed from Fort Dix and why he's not in the BOP custody for what last week records show U.S. Attorney, blah, 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 which handled his gun case, developed the case, developed Conan. Conan was stopped in East Windsor, New Jersey, last year on his way home from a Pagan's gathering in Lancaster. Richter has been spearheading the East Coast expansion of the Pagans called the Blue Wave. Pleaded guilty via video conference back in July of being a felon in possession of a gun. Authorities say a loaded weapon was found in a hidden compartment in the vehicle Richter was riding in as he was leaving the Pagans party. The 62-year-old biker traveled from his home in Bayshore, Long Island, to Pagans gathering on his way home in a GMC SUV when he was stopped by authorities. During the search of the vehicle, they found a hidden compartment containing the Ruger. Richter is a convicted felon who did 16 years in prison for attempted murder. He is not permitted to possess a gun. Fellow Pagan had just traveled over state lines in New Jersey when he was pulled over and then released and charged several days later. Richter, investigators say, has been campaigning to beef up the ranks of the Pagans up and down the East Coast, return the MC to its old school ways. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Newark announced several months ago that Richter was facing a possible 10-year sentence. Richter's plea agreement came last July when he was sentenced. Moving up Thursday. Sources say he turned over the reins of the Pagans. I'm not going to name the person, but there's been several national presidents that have turned over. I think it was 4 different ones. So the Pagans Motorcycle Club is an outlaw motorcycle gang, they say here, but it's not. It's a motorcycle club. Say known to law enforcement for criminal activity, blah, blah, blah. Through the investigation techniques include limited surveillance, public records, and it says on or about February 20th, 2021, Pagans hosted a party in Lancaster, Pennsylvania around 7 a.m. On that date, Richter left his residence for Bayshore, New York in a white GMC. He arrived at the party sometime around noon. Approximately 11:10 p.m., Richter left the Pagans party as a passenger in the GMC, while another member of the Pagans, Individual 1, drove. While the party was ongoing, law enforcement learned that Richter was in possession of a firearm as a result from information. So obviously somebody told on him, said, hey, listen. That's pretty fucked up. Law enforcement performed a motor vehicle stop on the GMC as it left the party approximately 1:30 a.m. February 21st, law enforcement pulled the GMC over around East Windsor, New Jersey. During the traffic stop, law enforcement search of the GMC recovered a firearm in a hollowed-out compartment underneath the cup holder in the front seat center console. The firearm, identified as a Ruger 45 caliber bearing the serial number blah, 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 was loaded with at least 1 round of 45 caliber ammunition. After seizing the firearm, law enforcement advised Richter and Individual 1 that they were free to leave. As Richter and the Individual 1 re-entered the GMC, Special Agent of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm Explosive heard Richter say, in some substance, I guess they didn't find it. The firearm and ammunition was manufactured outside the state of New Jersey and thus necessarily traveled in interstate commerce prior to February 2021. In addition, Richter himself traveled across state lines with the firearm and ammunition from Lancaster, Pennsylvania to East Windsor, New Jersey. September 4th, 1998, Richter was convicted in U.S. District Court, Eastern District of New York. Felony charges including conspiracy to commit murder, aid of racketeering, attempted assault with a dangerous weapon, racketeering, all violations. He served a 16-year prison sentence. He was released March 1st, 2012. He pleaded guilty to the federal gun charge as he was stopped in New Jersey. It just says the same shit. But anyway, he's getting out this week. And they're having a huge party for him. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Pagans. I got a huge thing on the way featuring a former Pagan. And I don't think he's done interviews before, ever. You know, I do stuff that other people just don't do. Guess who this CI often are? The women. Be very careful what you say around them. I don't know, man. Who knows? But somebody told. I don't know if that party is open to the public. I think it is because there's a flyer. And it says that there's a $30 charge to get in, a $30 donation. Food, drinks, live music, entertainment. Party starts at 1 p.m. There's raffles, gifts, and vendors. So I don't know. Is it open to the public? I mean, if everyone's welcome, maybe I stop by. That would be cool, right? So in other news, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the murder of a Sin City Disciple member. That's the guy on the right. He was killed at a clubhouse, and that's the guy that killed him on the left. Says 47-year-old convicted in beloved musician Birmingham Motorcycle Club shooting death. 47-year-old man has been convicted in the 2022 shooting at Birmingham Motorcycle Club that killed a well-known musician and injured 2 women. Ernesto Dorsey was initially charged with murder in the February 26, 2022 killing of 38-year-old Navari Jones. He was also charged with 2 counts of attempted murder for wounding 2 women. The Jefferson County jury Thursday convicted Dorsey of provocation manslaughter, a Class B felony, 1 count of first-degree assault. A sentencing date has not yet been announced. The trial was held before Jefferson County Circuit Judge Michael Streety. District Attorney prosecuted the case. Dorsey was represented by an attorney, Moses Stone. So he was killed inside the True Riders Motorcycle Club. That's where the shooting happened. Birmingham police responded just before 1 a.m. that Saturday. A report that someone shot at a motorcycle club on revered Abraham Woods Jr. Boulevard. Damn, that's a lot, huh? Officers arrived at the scene and found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. During this time, police said Birmingham officers was at police headquarters when an officer heard a car crash at 1700 Block and First Avenue North. Officers went to investigate and found Jones suffering from a gunshot wound. The vehicle struck 2 other parked vehicles. Birmingham Fire and Rescue Services pronounced Jones dead at the scene. So he was a well-known musician. Friends said Jones was trying to get to the hospital when he wrecked. Police learned a second woman showed up at the hospital with non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Authorities said an altercation took place inside the motorcycle club before the shots were fired. A member of the Sin City Motorcycle Club, Jones played drums for the band's amplified noise and had endorsement deals with Soul Tone Cymbals out of Los Angeles. Dorsey, who was out on bond pending trial, was booked into the Jefferson County Jail after the guilty verdict. Holy shit. So he was out on bond, and then he had to, wow. They didn't say how much time he's getting, but he was out on bond. They said guilty, and they grabbed him, booked him in. Can you imagine? You're out on bond, and it's over for you. Lights out. It's pretty crazy how fast something can happen. But I mean, you can't go shooting people, you know? But anyway, we got more to talk about. There was a high-speed chase, and this involved the Pagans. Let's talk about this. So, a biker in a Pagan vest flees cops, blows red lights at 80 miles per hour in Lower Chichester Police. A biker wearing a pagan vest is wanted after allegedly fleeing from police, blowing through red lights at 80 miles an hour and putting lives at risk in Delaware County, Lower Chichester Township Police announced Wednesday, May 21st. Vincent Trolfo, 34, is accused of fleeing a traffic stop on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle after being spotted improperly wearing a helmet near the 1500 block of Chichester Avenue on Sunday, April 27th, around 6:57 p.m., police say. An officer in the township traffic unit saw Trafo riding south on Market Street with a full-faced helmet placed on top of his head, exposing his eyes and violating the state's protective eyewear law. The officer was able to clearly see the rider's face, according to the release. The officer pulled behind the biker. He allegedly watched Trofo properly secure his helmet, but when the light turned green at Market Street and Chichester Avenue, the biker, dressed in camouflage pants, long sleeve shirt, and a vest with the Pagan's emblem across the back, took off, the department says. Despite Trofo's attempt to flee, officers were able to keep up, noting that the rider appeared unskilled at operating a slower motorcycle. Officers also managed to record the license plate number before disengaging in this pursuit. Trofo allegedly ran a red light at Hoodell Avenue at high speeds and began passing vehicles in the opposing lanes while crossing I-95. Holy shit. Officers terminated the pursuit shortly after, citing risk to public safety. An investigation using the license plate, officers identified the rider's face that led to the charges against Trofo, police said. He's now wanted for the following charges: felony fleeing, attempt to elude police officer, summary driving while operating privilege or suspended or revoked, summary reckless driving, summary careless driving, summary no eye protection, summary disregard traffic lane, summary duties of traffic signals, and summary driving at safe speeds. Trofo is described as a white male, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to do the work for him. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty crazy. I mean, if you got your cut on and they're able to read the license plate, just pull over. It's not right. Why are you going to put everyone at risk? So we're going to talk about the RCMP conducted a major traffic enforcement operation in New Brunswick. In New Brunswick, RCMP has conducted a major traffic enforcement operation during an outlaw motorcycle club ride. Of course they did, which resulted in arrest, seizure of prohibited firearms, several tickets being issued, and 3 roadside suspensions. Between May 16th and May 18th, 2025, members of the St. Leonard RCMP, detached along several RCMP specialized policing services such as Tactical Traffic Unit, Tactical Support, Pivotal Crime Reduction Unit, Intelligence Units, Air Services, conducted a major traffic enforcement operation during the annual OMC ride. Of course they did, on May 17th. The RCMP assisted the St. John's Police, and they name all these police forces. The enforcement operation included inspection of motorcycles for compliance of motor vehicles, proactive patrols throughout the long weekend, resulting in significant number of MVAs, moving violations, being issued, as well as 3 roadside suspensions related to alcohol. A 39-year-old man was arrested for impaired driving arrest, possession of a stolen handgun. 54-year-old man was arrested for obstruction and assault on a police officer. Both individuals were later released on undertaking of appear in court at a later date. The police operation aimed to uphold public safety and maintain law throughout the long weekend. The New Brunswick RCMP made a concerted effort to present when the Outlaw Motorcycle Club event after being held across the province. Anytime the RCMP is aware of a gathering of members of a known OMC, we make sure to have police present to ensure everyone's safety, they say. The Outlaw Motorcycle Club members continue to use violence and intimidation to gain territory when it comes to illicit markets. The St. Leonard RCMP would like to thank all the partners, blah, 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 blah. So basically, they were just harassing people during their long weekend. So it says here, New Brunswick arrested members of the Outlaw Motorcycle Club, seized firearms, made 3 roadside suspensions and several tickets. Police conducted a major traffic enforcement operation between May 16th and the 18th. In an effort to be present when Outlaw Motorcycle Club events are being held across the province. Of course, so they can harass them, right? They arrested a 39-year-old man for possession of a stolen handgun, resisting arrest, and impaired driving, said to be released. They arrested a 54-year-old man for assaulting police officer, obstruction of justice. Both men are released to appear in court at a later date. Police said motorcycle vehicle act compliance during proactive patrols. That's basically it. But so it's going to be the holiday weekend. So I hope you guys are all safe out there. If you're riding a motorcycle, be aware of your surroundings. Don't be driving stupid, because the cars don't really watch out for motorcycles. Just be very careful. And if you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. There's a lot going on this weekend. Just have a safe weekend. We got a lot of content dropping. I want to give a shout out to Boston 2%. His interview starting tonight at 10 o'clock. Make sure you guys go check out Fire and Ice, the Meth Bible. There's a link. Here, I'll drop the link. So this is starting tonight. This is a 10-part series, but if you want to watch the whole thing right now without any interruptions, join the membership and you can see the whole interview. And I got some pretty good content on the way. You guys are going to like it. Guaranteed. Has to do with motorcycle clubs and... Hey, Mark, what's going on? Doug, what's good? Right? Blind people out there. You just got to be really careful, man. Loads of drunks out there. Yeah, you got to watch out for people on the road. If you're driving a car, be aware of what you're doing. If you're on a bike, be very careful, especially when you're around other cars and shit like that. Because they don't give a fuck, man. Cars don't give a shit. They will cut right in front of you. They think, oh, your car's bigger. I don't care. I'll just pull right out in front of them. That's how people get killed. Hey, hungover closer, what's going on? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Great show you did, my brother from London. Definitely shout out to Biker News Canada. He's a great dude. We got a big interview dropping soon with Bob from Biker News Canada and Pee Wee. Shout out to Pee Wee. I'm gonna do one with Repo and Bob. So the first time ever, former outlaw and a former Hell's Angel are on together. So you guys are gonna like that one. It'll be on Patreon. If you guys want to see the full episodes, either join the membership on YouTube or join Patreon. If you join Patreon, you can see exclusive content you cannot see anywhere else. I got some pretty graphic stuff up there. So if you're squeamish, don't watch it. But we got there's so much content on the way. Boston 2% is dropping tonight. So what are you guys doing for the holiday weekend? We got more of Popcorn, Life After the Pagans. It's a pretty good interview. Staxx, get one. Organ sister on. Talk about her org. She started. Very good story on how it got started. Who's that? Hey, if you can make it happen, man, make it happen, Doug. You got the email. Definitely. Riding is the only way, man. I really enjoy having the wind blowing in my face and flying down the road. Just be very careful. Because cars really don't give a shit. Hey, if you guys haven't heard, I don't know if you guys know who Rod Wade is, the singer. He was arrested for shooting up his girlfriend's Benz. He bought his girlfriend a present, a Benz G-Wagon for a present, right? Gets into a fight with her and he shoots up the car and goes to jail. Like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, I don't understand people. I don't know what goes through their head, but it's insane. People are just nuts. So in the coming days, we're going to be doing some stories about the Vagos. We're going to talk about how an undercover agent infiltrated the Vagos, and we got some videos to show you on that. I watched Mob Cop the other day. It was a pretty good movie. And guess who I seen in the movie? I was shocked. Yeah, shout out to Breeze. Yeah, I'll definitely get Breeze back. Guess who I seen on Mob Cops, the movie? Chris Paciello, the mafia rat, is in Mob Cops. He's the one that gets killed in the car. I was like, what? Why is he here? They should have did it. They should have Bruce Lee'd his ass. They should have Brandon Lee'd his ass, right? Chris Paciello was in Mob Cops. I was like, what the fuck is he doing in this? It was pretty stupid. It's a pretty good movie, though. I recommend it. Mob Cops. It was a pretty decent movie. I didn't understand why he was in it, though. Hey, so loud. What's going on? He's living the high life still, Staxx, while guys did 25 years plus. Yeah, it's insane. I'm surprised how cops can infiltrate today. I know it really is wild, but listen, the cops, I don't know. I didn't see Alto Nights yet. I don't know. I don't really want to pay for it. I don't like Robert De Niro anymore. I really don't. He's trash. I don't like his political views. He's a Kamala supporter. I'm not jiving with that. This is Chris Paciello thinking he's some Hollywood fucking elite. He played a fucking victim. He should be one in real life. Scumbag. He thinks he's a fucking Hollywood star like Chuck Zero. He does. He thinks he's some fucking Hollywood and he ain't shit. I mean, Chuck Zero can't act for shit. He's been in some stupid ass movies. He does dumbass acting. Look at he tried to sue Sons of Anarchy. They offer him a position in the TV show and then kill him off. Oops, sorry, we didn't tell you about that. De Niro's anti-American, 100%. He should just beat it. I mean, listen, if you're not going to support this country, you should just beat it. The only good show he was on was Oz. I know, and he wasn't even good in it. Oh, we got some bangers on the way for you guys. You guys are going to be like, wow. Chuck, I mean, the Hells Angels have totally turned away from Chuck Zero. They want nothing to do with that guy. He is on no contact, out bad. They want him to cover his tattoos. And then you got the guys that are, I don't even know how they did it. The guys up in Minnesota that are one of them's on bond for the big R word. And those are the guys that vouch for him. Make sure you guys check out the show I did about the mob guy, what's his name? Ralph DeLeo, who was rearrested for wanting to take out officials that put him in prison in 2012. Mountain Woman, how are you? But who knows? I mean, they say that he was planning to doing all this to officials. He had information. But he should Staxx, I'm not on a lot, but what is Black Hand? That's mine. That's my backup channel. Yes, that's my backup channel. Black Hand is my backup channel. There's quite a bit of subscribers on there too. There is 3,430. We got 15,000 subscribers. I got another channel called Crime Family. There's 704 subscribers on that one. So I'm pretty good at building YouTube channels. We have 15,288 subscribers. You're working hard, man. Definitely. Every day. Every day. That's all I do is grind. And I got the script that I wrote. I'm gonna be let's go. Congratulations, Staxx. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got the scripts done. Nancy's sleeping. I got the script done, and I'm gonna start filming it probably this coming week. Hey, Biker News Canada, we were just talking about you. You should have well over 500,000 Staxx. I really mean that. Definitely, I'm working on it. I'll get there. Staxx tells it like it is, 100%, Mark. There isn't any other way to tell it. But I have the script done. Everything is set. We got I got a nice new built computer, and we're gonna be working on some brand new content. This movie is gonna be insane. And then we still got Uber Mafia. But the script is done. The script is done. So you guys are gonna really enjoy this. Can't wait to show you guys what I've created. I'm gonna start filming it probably this week. And if you're in the area near Connecticut and you want to be involved, just hit me up and I'll get you in it. It's going to be pretty dope, man. And I have a former Pagan that's going to be doing an exclusive interview. He has never been on like that, never done an interview before. We got a lot of content on the way. Shout out to Hatchet too. Me and him did an interview about the whole Waco situation. Hell yeah, hard work pays off. You know how many different opportunities I've had just because of this YouTube channel? Tons of opportunities. And everyone that's positive, I take them up on it. And I've done things that I can't even imagine that I would ever do. You definitely have the best stuff. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I love doing this. I love bringing you guys content, different stories that are out there. I love, bringing things to life. And the movie is going to be insane because I look at other people's stuff and I'm like, I know I can do that. And I've been building, like buying the camera and the microphones, and I've been slowly getting all the pieces that I need, all the props, and finally got it. Yeah, Bob is a great guy. Shout out to Biker News Canada. Bob is a really good guy. He's a pretty personable person. He's great, easy to get along with. Me and Bob hit it off right away. Go subscribe to Biker News Canada. He has great content. He talks about different biker rallies that are going on around the country, and just a very positive person. And remember, if you're out there and you're struggling with drug addiction, I was there. And I have totally changed my life, and you can do it too. I never thought in a million years that I would be where I am in life right now. Never dreamed it. If I could go back, right, to where I was when I was all messed up, I would think I could do a tiny bit of what I've done. So you would be shocked at the stuff you can accomplish when you're sober and you do the right thing. Membership has so much great value for a couple dollars. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mountain Woman. Speaking of that, I'm going to release an interview in a couple minutes on the members. This is coming up on Chatting with Staxx too, because I only have my comments on one else. Is this coming up on Chattin with Staxx? I don't know, because when you comment on either Black Hand or Chattin with Staxx, it comes to the same place. It doesn't show me. Never give up. Don't look back. 100%. And you can do it. Listen, if you think you can't do it, you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy to stay sober and keep pushing in the right direction, but it's definitely worth it, and you can do it. I only see my own comment, Staxx. No one else sees it. Oh, they can see your comment. Everyone in the chat can see your comment. Staxx, get me in. I need a job. Well, I'm not paying people to be in it. They're gonna do it pro bono. I'll give you a credit on IMDb. Where you located at, Patrick? I know people all over the country. Maybe I can point you in the right direction to help you get a job. You don't see anybody's comments? Let me check what channel you're on. Maybe you're on, I see all your comments. Maybe you're on Black Hand Mafia. Yeah, you're on Black Hand Mafia, I think. Yep. You're on Black Hand Mafia. Go to Chattin with Staxx and you'll see a lot of comments. Yeah, there's only one person watching Black Hand Mafia. That's Doug. Shout out to Doug. That's just a backup channel, you know? I might take all the content off Black Hand Mafia and turn it into, like, I don't know, maybe a biker news channel type thing. Not like Biker News Canada, but like I could put all my interviews from different biker content. I could just put it on there. What the fuck? Am I like fucking dreaming? Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, brother. Things are going okay. Going to pop one out live this evening. Shout out to you, man. How you been, Biker News Canada? How you been? Our interview is going to drop in 10 days, Biker News Canada. So about a week, it'll drop. The one with Pee Wee. Some dude from Florida was talking shit about you in Black Dragon's chat. I don't care, man. People are going to talk. Shit, the more popular you get, the more people see you, the more people talk shit. And I don't let none of it bother me. Let them talk. That's all they're going to do is talk. You know? Listen, I've called myself worse. I ain't worried about it. I've had better days, bro. That job I started let me go already. Damn, man. That sucks. There's so many opportunities out there, even on the internet. You know, you can do so much stuff out there. Just keep doing your thing, man. Keep pushing in the right direction, and you'll get there, man. I know how it is, though. Shit, you just started that fucking job. Fixing to start a channel. We're thinking about it. Gonna be the sucky road we have here. Bad for bikes. Shit, do it, man. It's gonna be about sucky roads you got. I'm right down the road in Derby. Shout out to Derby. I drove through Derby probably a week ago. People talk about others because their life is empty, 100%. Or they're angry that they can't do what you're doing. You know? All them people that are out there trying to talk all that gangster shit. I'm running away from all that gangster shit. I'm not a gangster. I don't try to be one. I used to think I was one, but I'm not a gangster. I'm going to keep rolling out as good as I can. I'll put more videos up on my channel while I'm not working and try to get back into my... Definitely, man. Keep pushing out the content. What you doing, bro? I was in New Jersey. I was on my way back, and we drove through Derby. And I drove through Derby when I went to, what's it called? What the fuck is the name of that town? The one where Ambic's from. What the hell's the name of that town? Danbury. Right? Danbury's near Derby. Can biker news work or retire? Got 100K in tools. What you need? What do you do for work, Doug? %. The real crooks wear suits, talk super polite. Definitely, politics are insane crooks, man. Shit, bro. I'm in heating and cooling trade. I'm a licensed gas fitter. Matter of fact, I know someone that's in that area that was looking for someone to do some construction. I do, Doug. Email me, Doug, and I'll put you in contact with this dude. I think the U.S. is insanely corrupt. These politicians, Connecticut, all the leaders are insanely corrupt. But I got to get my ass back to work. I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to be dropping a bunch of content. I'm going to upload some videos right now to members only. Don't forget, 10 p.m., the first episode of Boston 2%. He's got a great story. It's insane. It's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. I guarantee you. And if you want to see the whole interview, join the membership. Chris Murphy, 100%. They all got to go. I appreciate all you guys. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, you already know what to do. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.